Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, today's video is a very special one. We're going to be checking out my custom Balaguer Toro 30-inch baritone. Let's get into it. So what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. My name is Ray. I'm a guitar player here on YouTube, and in Philadelphia right now, it's like the most miserable day of all time. It's like we got like a winter storm right now. It's freezing cold, it's raining, it's snowing, and like it's really miserable. So what better way to counter the weather and the, disgustingness of outside than to talk about some really feel-good stuff, some fun vibes, some good vibes, talking about this beautiful baritone guitar from Balaguer Guitars. So let's dive on in. About 2 days ago, I picked this up from the Balaguer Guitars headquarters, and I've just been playing it nonstop for the last 2 days. I'm honored to say I'm on the Balaguer Guitars artist roster. Jeez, what a cool sentence, man. Like, I'm so thankful for that. So the specs of this guitar, it is a 30-inch baritone, mahogany body, silver burst, best finish of all time. The Balaguer Guitars master coil pickups, these are not P90s, they are essentially like Jazzmaster-esque pickups. We'll talk about them. Hip shot bridge, 24 frets, stainless steel jumbo frets, truss rod adjustment at the heel, side dot lumen lace, binding all around, roasted maple neck, locking tuners, bolt on. Oh yeah, and the controls, we have master volume, master tone, and a three-way. And we're going to talk about the tone knob because I really dig the tone knob. I guess I'm getting old. I'm not wide open as much, I'm really becoming a dad rocker. But anyway, man, those are the specs of this guitar. So how today's video is going to work is this. First, we're going to do a quick little demo song. We're going to throw it back, do some old school Ray riffs, and just throw it back to a riff that I wrote several years ago that sounds really good with a baritone. This guitar is tuned down to drop F. I'm going to be using the STL Tones Colin Richardson tone hub pack because my analog slash tube rig is slowly starting to be packed away and getting ready to be carted around the country. So plugins are rad, so I have no problems using that. And then after the demo song, we'll do a quick little playthrough with this guitar. Again, it's tuned down to drop F, so it just sounds super rad, and I just can't wait to share it with you all. All right, enough talking about it. Let's get into some tones right now. Alright everybody, so that's everything I can show you with this guitar. In my opinion, I think it sounds absolutely disgusting and beautiful, and the best way possible. Call it how it is. It sounds just like my Squier Baritone, and that is obviously the vibes I was going with creating this guitar. So I've been playing this Jazzmaster for about 2 years. I've wrote so much music with it, and I got more coming out this year that was written on this guitar, but will be recorded with this guitar. But anyway, man, I wanted to take all the aspects of this Jazzmaster and put it into a Balaguer Guitars Toro, and you know, just kind of take the elements of this and just make it my own and make it my own thing with Balaguer. So let's talk about the first obvious positive. I love the aesthetic and the look of this guitar, obviously, as I build it, right? But I just think it's the perfect combination, amalgamation of just like everything that I love. Block inlays, roasted maple neck, silver burst, the master coil pickups, blacked out hardware, the white pickguard. I think the white pickguard looks way better than the black one in my opinion. I just love everything about this guitar, man. It's just absolutely perfect in terms of visuals. And I obviously wouldn't change anything with it, but I just think it looks amazing. Even like the roasted maple headstock, like I think it looks way better than like a painted headstock. Just like an extra level of class, you know. I just think it looks amazing. So love how this thing visually turned out. Next thing I love about this guitar is how well it plays. Plays better than that Squier Jazzmaster, and that's saying something. Balaguer Guitars does a great job of setting up the guitars not only to their own QC standards, but also to the standards or likeness of you know, the player that they're going out to. I'm very superficial, like I could play high action, low action, whatever, and I wasn't really too picky just because I knew Balaguer Guitars was already going to do, you know, their due diligence, and their QC is very top notch and very specific and nitpicky. So like I didn't really even tell them anything, just like, you know, I kind of knew that it was going to come, you know, ready to go right from their shop. And yeah, obviously they just do an amazing job, and this guitar just plays great. Now, let's talk about the sound and the controls. Now, these master coil pickups, again, they're not P90s. They're Jazzmaster style pickups. They sound a lot brighter than what I was used to, okay? But that's not a bad thing. I just had to tailor my my rig and my tone and my, you know, whatever. I just had to roll back the high end a little bit more, and also, too, use the tone knob a little bit if I want to. Like I said, I was kind of joking around about 10 minutes ago. But like as I get older, I really find myself gravitating towards the tone knob. Not even with this guitar, but also just like my Les Pauls, my Strats, my, you know, like my other baritones, whatever. Like something about grabbing the tone knob to just get rid of the super shrillness is something I'm really starting to like find myself doing. Where like the tone knob, it like rolls off some of the high end, but it just like adds a layer of warmth. And that's something like I found with like Jared James Nichols playing and stuff like that. Like, you know, he's obviously a blues rocker, but like I love his tone, and I love when he's messing with the tone knob at all times. And that's something I think that myself as a metal player can implement into my own style. It's like I don't have to be wide open all the time. It's okay to play with the tone knob a little bit. And now getting back to this guitar, I found myself when I like have the tone knob back at like, I don't know, 7 out of 10, just a little bit. It just like adds the nice warmth to it. 10 for me is like the equivalent of like a single coil old school Strat pickup, a little too bitey, a little too treble-y. So if I just roll it back just a smidge, and or roll back the presence and the high end on like my amp or my plug-in, whatever, it just like really has this nice warm sound. And so that's something that I found interesting because, you know, this is obviously a new guitar, so I have to adjust my settings and play with the sounds a little bit more because I'm obviously not used to it. You know, this guitar, these pickups, they're new to me, so it's like what I was using in terms of tone and the right amount of high end, I have to alter it for this guitar. And that's cool, man. You know, variety is the spice of life. I like how this thing has a lot more attack and a lot more just cut, but that doesn't necessarily mean I need all the cut. So like if I need it to cut through a little bit more, I'll just, you know, crank up the tone knob or the high end on my amp, etc. Kind of rambling about the sound of this guitar, but I just want you guys to know that like this guitar is a lot more bitey compared to what I was used to, and that's kind of a cool thing. You know, it's cool to have a tool, an arsenal, and have something a little bit left to center and something you're not used to, excuse me. But obviously, as you heard in the demo song and the playthrough, it does the metal very, very well, man. It sounds monstrous, man. Something about this setup, man, like big fat single coils, 30-inch drop F. It just sounds like a big giant like piano or something. Something about this setup is just like so fun for me, and I can never run out of riff ideas and run out of like sounds that I like. It just does all of the things that I love and that I'm still discovering because I've only been playing this type of guitar for 2 years. and it's just like, it's so refreshing, it's so different, and so unique in the grand scheme of things, especially for metal guitars. The last positive, so many people commented on Instagram, and I'm about to say right now, and it makes me so happy. This is such a me guitar. The fact that I have a vibe and an aesthetic and just like an overall identifiable spec and or, you know, visual whatever with a guitar makes me so happy. When people see this, they thought of me immediately, and that's like the coolest thing. Like, nobody has a guitar that looks like this. I think I have the coolest 30-inch baritone guitar in the world right now. It's a complete one-off. Nobody has one that looks like this. Nobody has one that sounds like this, etc. And the fact that people see this and see me and or see my playing and or hear my playing and my style is just so humbling and so refreshing. And it's just like, it's the coolest thing. I set out to do something, be completely unique and different, and I feel like I've achieved it with this guitar specifically. It's like, you know, it's I don't know, it's just a really cool thing that I feel like I'm like carving out my own lane, and this guitar has like helped me do that. You know what I mean? So everybody, to wrap up this long video of me talking about this guitar, I love it, man. I really do. Thank you so much to Balaguer Guitars. It's perfect. It's beautiful. I just feel so honored to be a part of the team, so thankful to be a part of the team, and I just can't wait to play the heck out of this thing in about 10 days. First stop is in Jersey, then to Pittsburgh, then Ohio twice, Chicago, then I don't know, like Denver or Utah. We're gonna go all the way around the country and come all the way back through the South. So I'm just really excited to take this one around the world. It needs a name, it needs a nickname, and I'll think of one in the, you know, coming weeks, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, man. I'm done rambling. Very rambling video, but I just hope you stuck around to the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're brand new to my channel, you better consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. Huge shout out to everybody for always being so good to me. I'm out of here. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay metal. I'll see you guys next time. Later.